See, this is my gateway. Okay. This is my this management server. Okay.
Can you show me once again VMware connections of this Palo Alto device?
Can I complete that? See, what I did basically, we left yesterday in the installation part of policy, right?
Okay.
So I add this cluster here. So I give this IP address into my cluster. Okay.
Okay.
I added 2 members here.
It's same numbers or
Yeah, no,
individually?
same thing here. Okay. And here I give these virtual IP address. Okay. Same thing I did here. So just okay. And in policy, security policies.
What is the problem on Nested actually?
I don't know, maybe CPU utilization, that's one. See, this is my policy, okay. So here I create one rule, okay. So my inside users going to anywhere, accept the connection, also log. Here I select my gateway, okay.
Okay.
And here also I selected my this gateway in cleanup rule. Object. This one, okay.
Both are clusters. Both are.
No. One is cleanup rule. I am adding one rule only general rule. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
but
not,
both are same devices or different devices?
This smart checkpoint management is a R80.10 and these firewalls are the R76.
Okay.
This is I also add one net statement. This one is static. This one pet. Okay. So let me open that object here. See, I added this object. If I go to new net, so here I add a one hide mode net. Okay. Right behind the IP address this. This is my virtual IP. Okay.
Okay.
So we always do netting with the virtual IP address, right? Not on the IP which is in interfaces. Remember this thing. So I am going to install this policy. I'll also create one separate video for you for installation part only. Okay. Installation of this device. Okay. So you can follow.
Now firewalls are the 2 firewalls.
Yeah, 2 firewalls. See, this is my management server. These are my 2 firewalls.
2 firewalls. Okay.
Let the installation completed. That is the thing where I am afraid little bit. 50%. If it is done, then it is better. Much better. 50%. That is the only small this configuration is same which I did here. Okay. In configuration there is no change anywhere. And that installation video I upload for you, so you can follow the instruction there. Okay. I'll explain everything there. Like how to make it this R80.10 as a management server, backup management server, and how we can put in a cluster for cluster XL and cluster for BRRP also.
Okay.
In case of security gateway. So you just, there is only tab, it's not a big deal, right?
Okay.
90%, please complete. It becomes success and better. Let me log in here. State. Okay, done. Hello, are you able to see? See, this one is my primary.
This
Okay.
one you configured previously or right now you configured?
No, previous one only. I'll just revert back by making some changes and all these stuffs. Okay. I'll change the name only because I take some snapshot for cluster XL and for cluster VRRP. Okay. If I log in here, admin at the 123 CPHA Pro -state. See, that one is active, that one in standby. Okay.
Okay.
So let me also open my Windows XP machine here. Let this started. So at the same time, what I do, I'm in a security gateway here. Okay. The policy installation also succeeded. See, today CPU utilization 7%. Tomorrow it is 90%, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, sorry. It's 90%. That's why.
Okay.
Maybe there is some processes because it's a new setup for me also.
Okay.
Come on, just insert here, login.
I don't know how to add this one domain group. I forgot the thing.
Okay, not an issue. I'll have one video for that, for everything.
Okay. Can you share me the video also?
Yeah, I'll share that video. I need to find out first.
Okay. If YouTube is there, just to provide me link.
Not in YouTube. In my, I think I have somewhere in my system only.
Okay.
See, this is my IP. This is my server.
Inside
Okay.
IP address. Inside inside gateway. Okay.
Okay. This is my gateway. This is a virtual IP, right?
Yeah, virtual IP address that is.
Yeah. So now let me CMD. I'm going to ping 8.8.8.8 with a continuous 20. So it is pinging, right? If I open new CMD also, ping www.facebook.com-t. Okay, it is also pinging, right? So if I am opening this one, okay, if I go to your cluster in VRRP, see, right now I use this one, maintain current active cluster
member.
Means if I shut down this one, right? This is my active device right now.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, so I run just command save config and I just reboot this device. Reboot. Yes. Okay, so it is starting rebooting. And now see the state here. The state is changes, right?
Yeah. Now, yeah, it's changed.
Yeah, this one become active and cluster inactive or machine is down, right? If I go into my XMC, there is only one drop, right?
Yeah.
And it is working, right? And also let that device coming up again. I want to show you this thing. If I select this one, this Crimson, okay. So right now, if our active device come, then it is not like taking over, okay.
Okay. Can you share me? Yesterday we done the previous video same configuration, or did you change anything? Only for policy was the making the mistake.
Yeah. Same thing only.
Or anything mistake will be happen only for CPU process or no?
Nothing. It's a CPU only.
Immediately I need to do this practical.
Okay. See, let me stop some recording. See, now active device is coming up. Okay.
Okay.
Admin. If I log in into my active device, admin, I run this command cp ha pro state. Okay.
Okay.
See.
Again, it will be came back.
So it is
No.
it is not coming up active, right?
Yeah, it's not active. Sorry.
So the problem is because we don't enable the preemption here. Okay. So now I'm going to enable the preemption.
Right now, one second. Open that VMware. Here, two firewalls is there.
Yeah. So this is my primary, okay, which is standby. This is my secondary, which is active, right?
This two is active right now.
Yeah, this one. One is active. Local, this one active, okay?
Active right now. Just now active.
It is here also active, right?
It's showing that one. This is a 10.2.2 152 in the sense FW02 firewall.
These are the IP addresses which I change later. Okay.
I didn't get. I am confusing here.
Don't be confused. See, this is my first firewall. Okay.
Okay.
This is my secondary. Okay.
Okay.
So my secondary, this one is you are able to see this local. Local means this firewall. Okay.
Okay. 01.
Yeah. Here local means this firewall. Okay.
Okay.
So local is active here means this one 10.2.2.152 is active.
Okay.
This is the IP address of firewall 2. Okay. And this is the IP address 10.2.2.151. This is a IP address 1. This is in standby. But what we want?
Now I got it.
Yeah. Okay. What we want? We want firewall 1 is active always. Okay.
Okay.
If there is, yeah.
But here this condition is not satisfied. Suppose once one firewall is get down, automatically second firewall is up. That one is coming is status on.
Yes.
Status.
Yeah. What happened?
But later first firewall is coming up. We don't want to reboot the again primary that first one.
Yes. No, not like that. You see, wait for some time. What happened? We want always this primary firewall is active in an active state and this one in standby state. Okay.
Okay.
Only this firewall become active when this firewall 1 is not available. Okay. So the thing is, if firewall 1 available, then we want firewall 1 is active. Okay. So the thing is, we didn't enable preemption here. So what happened in preemption? In preemption, what happened? If firewall 1 goes down and firewall 2 become active. So the thing, if firewall come again, then he take the control from the firewall 2 and he become active.
Who can be active then after preemption?
This firewall 1 always
firewall
active.
1 will be take the action.
Yes.
Okay.
He preempt the role. Okay. Means he take the control by power.
He will return back the controls, everything.
Yes.
Firewall 1.
See, maintain current active cluster member. Okay. Switch to higher priority cluster member means if we select this option, then here we have a priority. This one is this is the priority. This is higher priority. This is lower priority, right?
Okay.
So always higher priority firewall become active if he is available in the network. Okay. Now I think you got it, right?
Yes.
Okay then. So let me install the policy again.
How to increase the priority? Show me once again.
Let me this complete. Wait for some time only. If we I'm going to here. Just double click here. Okay. Or just right click and edit. Okay. We have two options there. So see, we select this one and here decrease. Here we give decrease priority. Okay. We select this one, decrease priority, or if we want to increase priority. Okay.
Increase priority in first firewall.
Yeah.
Already increased that one.
Yeah. Like that, if we add this one, then this will become a first firewall. If we add this later, this one, then this is the second, right?
Okay.
So we can increase and decrease according to this.
Okay.
Let the installation complete. After that, I'll show you this load sharing. In Checkpoint generally we use load sharing. Okay.
Still onwards, I didn't install still install in the sense I just installed two firewalls, but I didn't configure anything. I just keep it there.
See,
now today I will do it.
Okay, okay. See,
my confusion will be clear.
Okay, see this first firewall is active now. Okay. If this first firewall is an active state and second one in standby state, right? Now, if again I reboot this firewall, yes. So now this become
active,
right? And see, primary firewall is not available right now, right? So wait for primary come. At the same time, I just pause the video here. So our first firewall is rebooted successfully. Okay. If I log in here, if I run this command cp ha pro hyphen state. Okay. So now this one.
Yeah, first one is the primary.
Okay. So yeah, switch over what happens. Okay.
Go for once again that smart dashboard. Yeah, show me this one. Hide and cluster HQ cluster. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Okay. You normally added this one. That was the same process. No, there is nothing to changes here.
No. Same.
Okay.
The thing is, what happens sometimes we reboot it actually. Maybe I'll did this thing actually. So the thing is, now I am going to tell you how we can configure the load sharing in Checkpoint. Okay.
Okay.
So I just right click into my cluster object, edit here, and in the cluster XL and BRRP member, here there is a this load sharing. Okay.
Okay.
We have two types of load sharing: multicast and unicast. Okay. So first I am telling you multicast. Okay.
Okay.
Advanced setting, use state synchronization. Okay. Means state is synchronized, and they use sharing method based on means like what you want to share. Okay. IP port, SPIs, IP or ports, IP. Generally I use default. Okay. Means the thing is they calculate the hash on the basis of these IP address, port numbers and SPIs. Okay.
Okay.
Because now the thing is in load sharing what happened, 50% traffic handled by the first firewall and 50% handled by the second firewall. Okay. So they have some algorithm which is based on IP, ports and SPIs. Okay. To like this, if one packet is coming in to any firewall, so what happened? So basically they calculate hash value on the basis of these three things. Okay. And they decide firewall 1 handle this packet or firewall 2 handle this packet. Okay. Or we can also make it this on the basis of IP and ports. Okay.
Okay.
It's like an algorithm does not, basically we don't know about the algorithm, how they can calculate how they can work. Actually Checkpoint doesn't this disclosed. Okay. So I use this one. Okay. Or this one also not an issue. Okay. I am just installing the policy now again. Wait for the installation to be completed. Let me open my this device. I'm adding a one new session here. SHP2 10.1.1.151. Username is admin. Next. Finish. Connect. Acceptance. Admin @123.
SSH. You got SSH access of the device.
Yes.
First 151 in the sense. First firewall, quick connect.
10.1.1.152. Username is admin.
We need to give any permissions for SSH and telnet, just like in Palo Alto, we no need.
No, we need to give the permission for this thing, not for SSH. For telnet we have to give. I'll tell you. I'm just going to tell you after completing of this one. Okay.
Okay.
That two things. Actually, these are comes under the implied rule. Okay. So I want to teach you these all the things. Okay. Because I want to tell you these services also. That time I actually planning to teach you these things, how we can do this thing. Okay. So if I run here cpha probe state. Okay. So now both firewall in active state, right?
Okay.
cpha probe state. See, both firewall in active state, right? And they are sharing the 50% load. Okay.
Okay.
And if you are able to see this one, traffic is also there. Okay. They are transferring, and we don't know which firewall doing which things right now. Like if I generate some traffic, I don't know it is handled by firewall 1 or firewall 2. Okay. Because if they are handling, they are using some algorithm for that. So let me also. So that is the difference in multicasting. Okay.
Okay.
If I use unicast here, let me now edit this one.
Okay.
In cluster and BRRP here, load sharing is unicast. Okay.
Yeah.
And install the policy now. Install policy. Take some time to installation. If you want to see, like, you have this command, top command, to see the processes. Okay. If you want to see these things, if you want to see the IP address information, okay, you just use this command, fw
stat or
get ifs. Okay.
Okay.
You got the IP address details. Okay.
Okay.
There is also cpha
probe is for high availabilities.
There is also some more commands is there.
Probe for management thing or firewalls?
No, this is on firewall only. Okay.
Okay.
See now this one. Let me small of this thing. This firewall. See this one and this one. Right now what happened? This 10.2.2.152. 151 means firewall 1.
That is a 5-voltage firewall. Yeah. First packet can be passed on this firewall.
Yeah. So the thing is, what happened till the connection setup means if you generate some traffic, so the packet received by the firewall. Okay. So he do the things which he want to create the session, right? He check the routing, he check the policies and all these stuff, and he create the session. Okay. So this session creation done by this firewall, pivot firewall. Okay.
Okay.
There is also keyboard pivot. This one. Okay, this keyword is pivot. So these things done by the pivot firewall. Okay.
Okay.
After that, they run some load balancing algorithm and decide this firewall handle the traffic or this one handle the traffic. Okay. So the thing is this: pivot firewall handle the 30% traffic plus session setup processes. Okay. And the other firewall, this one, secondary firewall, handle the 70% traffic. Okay.
But second firewall, how will we know it routing and all? Oh, okay, it will be synced with each other, na?
They
Okay.
sync with each other.
I'm saying that is right or wrong.
So
it sync each other. It will be know
yeah,
it.
they sync everything. Okay.
Okay.
Every information.
Show route.
They have same routing and same steps. Okay.
Okay.
Because synchronization is happens there. If I run TCP dump here ETS2, interface ETS2, there is just TCP DUMP. I think I have to go to that expert mode. Expert set expert password admin @123 admin @123 save config. If I run this command expert admin @123 TCP DUMP. See, this is the command to capture the packets. Okay.
Okay. TCP dump.
Yeah. See, these are the packets it is capturing. Okay. Ping is continuous going from here. Let me stop the ping. Ping to www.amazon.com-t www.acpm.com-
These things we can do it, or when you are block the sites, do you know some triplex sites we are blocking?
Yeah,
That one also we can do it this way in CLI mode.
No, not possible. CLI.
It's not possible.
Yeah. See, these are the things happen. IP to this one. Here traffic is going. If I also run this command, expert set expert password admin @123 admin @123 expert @123
TCP dump.
TCP dump. I run this command. So actually, why this we can check these things. Okay. How traffic is going on, and see this is my IP address. Okay. So these are the things. Here we have some ICMP echo reply. Okay. Here also we have the CP cluster and all this. See, we have some traffic from here also.
Okay.
Like that, we actually find the traffic which is going through our firewall. Control C to stop this thing. Okay.
Okay.
Control C to stop this command. So that is the high availability in checkpoint. Okay.
Okay.
And let me now what I am doing now. Let me pause the video for a couple of minutes only. Okay. Okay. So the thing is, I have this topology. Okay.
Okay.
And see, this is my outside. Okay. Outside, and this is connected with
VMnet 1, I think so.
VMnet 0 or bridge. Okay. Their ID connected with bridge. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. Here.
Show me both links in VMware.
Yeah. I saw you. Not an issue. Wait for some time. This is my Ethernet 2. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can call BMNet 2.
Okay.
This is my Ethernet 1, or you can call him BMNet 1.
Okay.
And if you want to see these into the here, see, this is my bridge interface, right?
Okay.
Bridge with my Wi-Fi adapter.
Okay.
This is my BMNet 2, which is my inside interface. This is my failover link. Okay.
VMNet 3. Okay.
No. Actually, the thing is, I have to change this one. If I open this one,
here you can see it on
BMNet 1, BMNet 2, BMNet 3. Okay.
Okay.
So this is my bridge. This is my this is my inside. This is my failover. Okay.
Okay.
Here I change it. Sometimes what happened?
Show me open edit here file edit.
We just edit here.
No. Here. I need to show network. I need to see for networks. Which networks you are connected.
It's 2. This one is 3. Okay. We have to do like that only. Maybe actually the thing is these are the I take the snaps of this clone these machines. Okay. That's why that BM changes. Not an issue.
Okay. Go for edit. Well, one second. Go for edit.
In the same.
No. Here a file edit.
Here.
What are the firewall? No, not here. Yeah, here virtual networks. You open the edit virtual networks.
Okay.
Virtual networks. I am also following only one pattern for whatever the checkpoint, whatever the Palo Alto. VMNet 1 is 10.1.1.1, 2.2.2, 3.3.3.
Same pattern is awesome, I think so.
I am also managing. I am also do this way. Okay.
See, this is my BMNet 0. This is my Wi-Fi adapter bridge interface. Okay.
Okay.
This is my inside. This is my out. This is my DMZ. Generally, I use DMZ2, and these are the other interfaces. Okay.
What about the outside interface?
This one only outside.
Only bridge in the sense so VMNet 0 is activated as a outside interface.
Yes.
Okay, if you put any inside is a VMNet 1 and I put for VMNet 2.
Yeah, I put these two.
Okay.
Inside DMZ1, DMZ2.
Okay, my confusion right now clear. Okay, just
not an issue. Okay, so I am logging to my devices here. Okay. Admin enter 1 2 3. Okay. So if you want to see the IP address, you run this command. It's okay. So I have only one IP address which is in Ethernet 1. Okay. So interface ETS 0. IP is not configured, so I am going to configure the IP address. Okay, set interface ETS 0 IPv4 address 192.168 0.
You configure 10.
No, this is the other interface, right? This is my outside interface ETS 0.
Okay, ETH 0.
Okay.
Okay. ETH 0. Okay. 0 dot. Give me any IP in 0 in the sense 151.
192.1, not 151. Here I want to little bit change. Okay, because the thing is I have the same 151 with my other cluster, right?
Yeah.
So I use here 201. Okay. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay.
State on.
Yeah, I'll do it not 10.2.2. This is my failover link. Okay. 2.
Oh, ETH2. Then after ETH1.
ETH1 already configured. State on. Stateful 0 is on. So interface ETA 0. It is already configured, right? With what ETA 0?
Check about all interfaces.
Yeah, it is
previous
ETA
command.
This IP 10.1.1.201, right?
Oh yeah.
It is already configured. So route. I don't have any static route. Okay. So I set one default of set static route default next to gateway address 192.168.0.20, not 0.1, right? And on, right? Save config. If you want to see the all interfaces, actually I'll always forget that command. So it's a very big command actually. cp state os. This is the that command.
cp state os minus f config to all the interfaces.
Yeah. So let me also stop this one. cp state os -f config. See, here we get all the interfaces and all these stuff, right?
Yeah.
ETA 0 with IP, subnet mask, MTU information, MAC address. Okay. So we use this command for that.
Okay.
It is cp state os-f if config. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm going to in my other firewall admin. Also the thing is, let me also cp config. What happened in BRRP cluster at the time of installation? If we select this BRRP cluster, okay. So the thing is, we also need to run this command one more time. Okay.
Okay.
See this one. Actually I selected this in this BRRP cluster, but it is not enabled here, right?
Yeah.
Six number. You are able to see this one.
Enable to the membership of this gateway.
Yeah, but I already enabled in the installation time this BRRP cluster, but for BRRP cluster it is not enabled by default. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to enable once. So I'll make 6. Yeah, it's 6. Okay.
Yes.
You want yes. The cluster
so we need to enable the both commands in both firewalls.
No. In case of BRRP cluster only.
Okay.
And both firewalls. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
See, cluster membership for this gateway was enabled successfully. Important. This change will take effect after reboot. So first we run save config. Okay. Then we run the reboot. Yes, I do. Reboot is started. Okay. If I log in here, admin @123. So I set the interfaces. Set interface ETS 0, IPv4 address 192.168.0.202. Okay. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and 10.2.2.
Ethernet 2.
Ethernet 2. Okay. Now I'm going to enable the state also. State on for ETS 2. Now state on for ETS 0. Okay. cp state os-f if config. Okay. So here we get these information. IP is correct, right?
IP is
160.1.2.10.2.
Yes.
Yeah. See, here state is 1, right? 1 means it is
active.
State. Yeah. Okay. Remember this thing. I'll also set the route. Set static route default next to gateway address 192.168.0.1, which is on. Okay.
Okay.
I run this save config command here. Okay.
And we didn't set the static route in first firewall.
We set it. Okay.
Okay. You said before.
No. We set it just now only.
Okay.
And now I run this command cpconfig. Okay, here I press the 6 button. Yes, sure. Now save config again and reboot this firewall also. Yes, I want to reboot. Okay. So wait for reboot come. Okay, reboot is completed. So I am taking the GUI access of this firewall first. Okay. HTTPS 10.1.1.201. Okay. Admin at the 123. Okay. So we are going here into the high availability section. Okay.
VRRP or advanced VRRP?
High availability. Okay. So I go into the BRRP. In BRRP, I add the virtual information here. Okay.
Okay.
So I just add
router ID.
Router ID I give 1 here. Okay.
Okay.
Priority is 100. Okay. Priority delta is 10. Okay. And hello interval is 1.
So which one we need to high? Priority is high for primary device.
See, generally what happened, we set the priority same for both device. Okay.
Okay.
The only priority data will be changed. Okay.
Okay. What is the priority delta?
The thing is what happened, if this firewall goes down, that time it basically some minus thing happens. Okay. It's like some threshold value.
Okay.
It's a BRRP concept. Actually, I am not much aware of BRRP. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. So we use this one only. There I add the backup routes. So the first 192, I use first one this 10.1.1.150. Okay.
Okay.
Here we use the virtual IP address and mode is here we use MAC address mode is BRRP. Okay.
Okay.
If we select this static, then we have to define the MAC address. Okay. If we set interface, then it use the MAC address of interfaces. Okay. So generally we use BRRP.
Okay.
Okay. We also add one more here.
IPv4 for the same device 10.1.1.201. Yeah. I think so.
So 10.1.1.150. Okay.
150.
Yes.
Why 150?
What happened? This is with interface 1, right?
Interface 1, we gave it 201 for this one.
Didn't ask for 192.168 0.200. Actually, I did mistake here. Here we give this one 200. Okay. Need to delete. I think so.
One second. Repeat. This one what?
10.1.1.200. Now tell me.
Here you created. This is for backup addresses.
These are the virtual IP address. Okay.
Virtual IP addresses.
Yeah. Here we can call backup. Okay. Not an issue.
Okay. Virtual or backup, whatever those things. But These both are IPs are not assigned in the firewall.
I think these are assigned in the firewall. Okay.
We assign 200 and 201 both are. Once again, go for 5 later. I need to fix a lot of problem.
Okay. So I save this config. Okay. Okay. Now I'm opening the other firewall. HTTPS 10.1.1.202. Actually, I am also doing the lab. This lab first time. So VRRP.
Okay.
Because everyone use this Excel cluster Excel. It's a checkpoint. It's also a secure communication. Right, in VRRP, there is no encryption happens, right?
Okay.
But in
for high availability right now,
in the down here,
VRRP,
we add the virtual routers here. I give the same ID. Here I change the delta. I make it 5. I did auto deactivation. I select this one. Okay.
add the MAC address.
Here I add the address.
Same address. 10.1.1.200.
10.1.1.150. Okay. Sorry, not 200.
200.
Actually, we spend lots of time with 150. That's 192, 168,
0.200.
Okay, save. And also in VRRP, what happened? In cluster Excel, we required the separate IP address in the failover link, right? What in VRRP, what happened? They use that thing. They use this VRRP works on which protocol? I think it's 224.0.0. I think 18, right?
Okay.
On that we have to like enable that rule for that firewall. Yeah, 224.0.0.18. Okay. It's a VRRP. So we completed here. Now let me log into my smart dashboard. Okay. Let me also add one more new cluster object here. More object, network object, gateway and servers. Here I am using new cluster object. Okay.
Okay.
Classic mode. Now I am using classic mode here. Okay. So I give the name checkpoint head office
VRRP.
VRRP. Okay. Also cluster. Okay.
10.1.1.200.
10.1.1.200. Okay. Cluster member. Add new cluster member. Okay. Checkpoint head office VRRP 01. Okay. 10.1.1.201. Right. I'll select this pink color for him. Communication ASDFGH. Okay. Initialize the trust. Close. Okay. Now add one more member here.
192. Okay.
Head office VRRP 02, right? 10.1.1.202. I'll select the blue color. ASDFGH. Initialize the trust here. Okay. Got it. Okay. Now I'm going into cluster Excel and VRRP cluster. Okay. So in high availability, I use BRRP cluster. Okay. The thing is, BRRP cluster does not support this load sharing. Okay. No, see, this high availability have two types. This cluster XL and BRRP cluster. Okay. And load sharing is a different topic, right? Don't be confused. I am also become confused.
High availability, we have two types.
Okay, so here I selected use state synchronization, hide cluster member outgoing traffic behind the cluster IP address, forward cluster incoming traffic to the cluster member IP address. Okay, I'm going to into interface management. Here I get the interface details. I added the interfaces. So this is my cluster interface. Okay.
ETH0. This is ETH0.
Yeah, 192.168.0 dot.
200 or 201. This is firewall 1, 200 or 200.
No, it's a virtual IP address, man.
Virtual IP.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 150 we removed it, 200 we put it.
Yes. Edit.
10.1. This is also cluster.
Yes.
No, not 190.
10.1.1.200. 24. Okay. I make it this one as a synchronized. Okay. Okay. So we are done with the configuration. Okay.
Okay. Once again, open here new object on this one.
Wait for some time.
No. Here expand the one button. Yeah.
Wait only. It is
later.
Yeah.
The upper one is the old version, old one. This one is the new one.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And also I need to edit one more time. See, this is not R80. Okay. We are using R76.
Both are the R76.
So if we click into get, it automatically get the details. Okay.
Okay, details information. Okay.
Yeah. I told you these things. Which service he is using for this thing. Okay. Don't be confused with this. Now I'm going to security policy.
When we are configuring this one or high availability, then after we can create netting, everything is good.
Yeah. We can create, not an issue.
Okay. Or if first of all you need to create netting everything, then after we can create high availability. This one is good. Which one is better configuration?
See, generally I'll complete first this high availability. After that I'll go for this thing. Okay.
Okay.
See, if I go into net here, net object, into net. See, right now it is installing on all gateways. Okay. I can also install on one gateway or two gateways. Okay. We have this okay on all. So our configuration is done. That is the BRRP high availability. Okay. Now I am going to install the policy here. I'm not sure. Oh my God! Let me also we also need to write one rule. Not an issue.
We can say it here. Anything will be happen.
Yeah.
More problems can give to the more knowledge.
Yeah. That thing I told you, we need to allow traffic for this BRRP traffic, right?
When we are giving this is BRRP Excel, in the Excel also we need to configure any netting, any of those things.
Where?
Policy in cluster.
Yeah, in cluster Excel also we need policies.
Once again, repeat the policy. I will maintain this one as a notes. Like when I am watching this video, I will write it.
See, I'll actually call here the cluster object. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Previously you put it here.
No, this is the cluster object. Okay.
I can't hear. Totally not visible. Install that CP is CP. Yeah.
See this one. I call here cluster object only. Okay.
Okay.
Don't be confused with this. So the thing is, we also need one rule for this one. BRRP cluster to work. Okay. So I am using little bit expanding this one. I keep done. Okay. Source is any. Not source is any. See, in source tab, I call this one BRRP cluster. Okay, this one. And in destination, I call these IGMP. Nothing is there. Is there? Internet Gateway Protocol. Let me create one new object. Host network access 0. Host group. Okay. TRRP. TRRP. Multicast. Okay. So BRRP multicast. The address is 224.0.0.18, right? Okay.
What is that 224.218?
Allow. Let's see if
IGMP.
IGMP. Yeah, we have here. This is the multicast address, like EHRP multicast address and OSPF have 224.0.0.5 and 0.
We need to allow that multicast address.
Yeah, because BRRP works on this multicast address, right?
Okay.
That's why. And I install this policy into my this cluster only, right?
Okay.
Not on other clusters. So let the policy installation 90%. I'm not sure
it not work. Install one more time policy.
No, it is on 90% now. Succeeded, right? So if I go into my firewall here, admin @123 CPHA Pro state. So this one become active, right? And if I go to in this firewall, maybe this one also become active. Admin @123 CPHA Pro state. See, this one is also become active. Okay. The problem.
Tell me one thing. Both firewalls are activated. Suppose one host is sending some traffic. That traffic, how will we go? Which firewall?
No, it's a wrong. Here we did the wrong thing. Okay, one in standby state and one in active state. But the thing is, I didn't allow this traffic. Okay, this BRRP traffic. Okay, so the monitoring is fails for them. Okay, BRRP
multicast.
Yeah, multicast. Okay. So now I'm
install the policy.
Let me come first. Okay. Now let me install the policy again. Because we did the mistake, that's why.
That's why reason I am asking that question.
Yeah.
Install. Hello?
Yeah.
Install.
Installation is on the way. In service tab, I call IZMP only, right? DRRP is also there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this one we need to add it.
This one also we need to edit in service tab. Not an issue. I'll install again. I didn't do this lab. I'm doing first time.
Okay, but I need to do today or tomorrow this lab. Must and should. If I didn't do this one,
Okay.
I will lose lot of things.
Okay, so do it. I'll upload the video for you. Just give me some. I'll just upload you after the class is ended. I'll start uploading this video.
Yeah. First of all, I have already activated. Does not activate. I just installed the one firewall, one management server.
Okay.
Right now, one firewall is also installing. Right now, 76 I have. You gave me the 76.
Yeah.
Right now, I will do it.
Yeah. Okay. Please complete these. These are the little bit confusing. That this the thing is configuration is very easy. You see.
Yeah, very easy. When we are doing, making mistakes sometimes.
All the configuration in the cluster only. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So this configuration is very easy. Just you have to put the concentration on that. If you put the proper concentration, then you definitely complete this.
Tell me one thing. How need I get that VMware in not VMware, virtual VM in firewall? Sorry, Palo Alto original.
Original, man. It is not possible actually.
Which one is better? If I buy original device is good, or device is good, or what is called VM is good?
Actually, original device cost a lot, man.
PA200. At least PA200 is good, no?
Yeah. PA200 is awesome if you want to purchase.
So how much it costs is there?
I'm not sure how much cost, because the thing is, if I check with my sales team.
Yeah. Ask to your sales team how much it cost is there.
Yeah. The thing is
how much the support cost and everything, each and everything.
That the thing is, they ask me. He is running some company or not, like that they are asking.
They will ask you. Okay. No, general, you can say about, I need to know aware about of these things.
Okay, I will check. Not an issue.
VM is good or firewall is good?
Actually, I am trying to, if I give you the license, so this 2-month license, it is okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll try it from my side. Okay. But don't tell this thing anybody.
I don't tell anyone, and I don't give you anyone also.
Yeah, because
if once I install, I will not delete that.
Yeah, the thing is, what happened? Maybe I'll try if that account manager of this. Let me stop the recording first. That is the YouTube channel, Jason Maynard. Okay. I start the recording, so you can also find this. So these videos, these are the 21st, the Cisco FTD 6.2.2. Okay. 20, 19, 18, 7, 5, 6, 16, 17. Only specific videos. These are better for FTD. Okay. These I'm also follow these videos only for FTD FMC, because in the world nobody teaching the FTD FMC right now. Okay. He is the only guy, and also there is one more guy. Where is that guy? Jason, Catherine. Secure. Not this one. Yeah, there is one Nanda, something like that. Yeah, I think this is the who. Yeah, this guy. Okay. Only these are the 2-3 guys who is teaching the FTD FMC. These are the TME, Technical Marketing Engineer from Cisco. Okay. So you can follow them. Okay. So these things. So the installation is succeeded. Once again, stop the record. Yeah. So the installation is done. succeeded. So let me see the state of my firewalls now. The firewall one monitors only the SYN operation and the security policy use OffSec monitoring tool to get the cluster status. This one is active here. It is not monitoring the other one. Admin enter 123. This is active. Firewall one monitor only the SYN operation and the security policy use OffSec monitoring tool to get the cluster state. We have some problem. Can you give me 5 minutes? Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I have to check guide for that. Okay. So give me 5 minutes only. Okay. See, we are using here BRRP, right?
Okay.
So these are the command to see the BRRP information. Okay. So BRRP. Okay. This gives the small database like BRRP states and flags.
State is up, which one firewall monitor is enabled to interface. Okay.
Yeah, if we want to see the BRRP interfaces, then we run this command. So BRRP interfaces, okay. And we get the much more interfaces, much more details, okay.
Okay.
Regarding BRRP. And there is also one more command, BRRP summary. Summary is similar. Summary.
Show ERP and show ERP summary both are similar.
Yeah, both are similar. I think.
So here, which one is how we can know about which one is primary, which one is secondary?
Yeah, that is the only problem. CP HA row stay. Okay, this is active. This is also active. See, this is the graphical interface for them. Okay, let me log in again. 1, 2, 3. Admin @123. I'm going to there in BRRP file availability tab. I remove this log. I'm going to edit this one. Okay. I just deselect this one. Okay. Okay. Permission authentication is none here. I'm using the
auto detection. You want to select?
No. Which one? Auto detection. Yeah, I think I selected. Maybe that caused the problem. Same for here. Actually, generally people look use this one only. That the cluster, that other one. Okay. Auto detection. State master. Now what they become. Delta hello interval. This one. Okay.
How can you save it here?
No, it automatically, when we click the apply, it automatically saved. Okay. If while in CLI we have save config command. Failed what? Why it is failing? Configure failed to maintain the log. Okay. So we run this command log.
Unlock database something is flag database override.
Log database override. Okay.
OV.
Right. Okay. Save config. Admin @123 log database override save CPHA row state. It is still active. Firewall 1 monitors only the maybe. I think actually the thing is I didn't try VRRP cluster, so maybe I'm doing right also. I'm not sure. So let me open this machine first, okay? Because here we get that message. This one. Firewall -1 monitor only the SYN operation and the security policy use OPSEC monitoring tool to get the cluster status, right? Local is active. Hello, 2.2.2.0.1. VMnet 2 is here. VMnet 1, VMnet 0. Okay, man, that is the problem, right?
What is that?
See, that thing. Here we have to VMnet 2 and here we have to VMnet 3, right?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
This one is also changes same thing. Here check the VMs.
Yeah, VMs is same. VMnet 1, VMnet 2.
Okay.
If I am going to ping this one, it is working. If I am going to ping 10.2.2.1, it is pinging. I'm going to 2.2, it is not pinging. See, if we want to enable, let me first complete this thing. CPHA probe-stay. See, now. Active.
Two other active.
Maybe they will change in a minute. Probe-stay. Local. This one is both are active in active state, right? So VRRP clustering is by default is a active state, okay? And if I generate some traffic from here, insert enter window R ncpa.cpl, open the inside here TCP. Here I put 200, okay? CMD ping .8 hyphen T. Yeah, it is pinging, right?
Okay.
If I am going to browse something, yeah, I think that is working. So the thing is, tomorrow is the Saturday, right? So tomorrow we discuss these commands and these connection information, okay?
Okay. Same time it is good.
No, tomorrow not possible. Tomorrow I have office.
Okay.
Today actually I have one client meeting.
Okay.
Early, that's why I reached there. If I open Facebook, dev, I like to open Amazon always. So DNS is not resolving properly. CMD ping www.amazon.com. The thing is, my primary DNS server is down right now, right? I am using that Windows server, that's why. So we are able to browse the traffic also. If I check the state again, this is active. This one is also active, right? If I
reboot
this system, let me save the config first. If I run the reboot command here, yes.
Go for.
Now one is down. Okay. The thing is, previously they are not able to sync with the primary interface. This failover link. Okay.
Okay.
That's why we are getting this error. So if I open my client machine, yeah, this happened. Also, ping is also working, right? So that is the way we can do the
VRRP. And what is the difference in VRRP advanced? Here I saw it in real life.
So that is the concept of routing and switching. Okay.
VRRP advanced.
Yeah, I'm not aware of this VRRP advanced and all this stuff.
Open that log command.
Which one?
No, nothing.
ETS 0BM mode is VRRP priority, hello second, Primson, auto backup, ETS monitoring, master. I think in VRRP advanced VRRP we get this information. And this is for IPv6. Okay.
Okay.
The thing is, these BRRP, HSRP are the concept of CCNP routing part, right?
Oh.
That's why, and I completed my CCNP routing around 2 years back.
Okay.
Not too very back in, I think 2013, when I am in third year.
Okay.
That time. So I forget this routing concept now. I know if you say how to enable the OSPF, I can enable in the
yeah, that's one we know that. But how the routes is coming, how we can't explain that things.
Yeah, I can't do this thing now. Okay,
how many LSS are there also we can't explain right now.